What if the Joker's story was never really about becoming a villain? What if it was about discovering what happens when an entire city finally loses its ability to distinguish between reality and madness? Imagine Gotham years after Arthur Fleck's name became a symbol of chaos, when people have forgotten the real man behind the makeup but the idea of the Joker continues to spread like a disease. Then, one ordinary night, a mysterious series of crimes begins happening across Gotham, and every crime scene contains the same disturbing message. You thought the Joker was dead, but the joke was only beginning. If a story like this were ever made into Joker 3, it could become one of the darkest psychological thrillers in the DC universe. So stay with me because this story could take the Joker mythology in a completely unexpected direction. After the events surrounding Arthur Fleck, Gotham is no longer the same city. His story has divided society, inspired dangerous imitators, and created a symbol that nobody can completely destroy. Some people remember Arthur as a murderer, others remember him as a victim of a broken society, while others simply see the Joker as an idea that can never die. Years pass, but the city continues struggling with crime, political corruption, and violent protests. The authorities believe the Joker era is finally over, until a mysterious criminal begins recreating incidents connected to Arthur's past. At first, everyone believes it is simply another copycat. But the new Joker is different. He doesn't wear the same makeup, he doesn't behave exactly like Arthur, and he doesn't seem interested in becoming famous. Instead, he wants Gotham to remember every secret it tried to bury. Every crime reveals something hidden about the city's most powerful people. Corrupt politicians receive threatening messages. Police officers involved in old cases disappear. Wealthy businessmen suddenly find their private secrets displayed across giant screens throughout Gotham. The city begins asking one terrifying question. Who is this new Joker? And how does he know everything? Meanwhile, a young investigative journalist discovers a connection between the new crimes and an old collection of recordings belonging to Arthur Fleck. The recordings contain conversations, notes, and disturbing observations about Gotham that were never made public. But one recording is different from all the others. In it, Arthur talks about something he believed would happen after his death. He says that one day someone would come along who wouldn't simply copy the Joker. They would understand him. As the investigation continues, the journalist discovers that several people connected to Arthur's life have been secretly communicating for years. Some believe his actions were unforgivable, while others believe Gotham created the Joker long before Arthur ever put on the makeup. The new killer uses this conflict to manipulate the entire city, turning citizens against one another and creating a terrifying psychological war where nobody knows who is telling the truth. The most shocking part is that the new Joker may not even want to kill Gotham's leaders. He wants them to confess. He wants the entire city to watch their secrets being exposed. Every crime becomes a performance, every victim becomes part of a message, and every public appearance becomes another stage for his twisted philosophy. Gotham slowly realizes that this isn't a traditional criminal trying to control the city. This is someone trying to prove that the city itself is the real villain. As fear spreads, the police finally discover the location of the mysterious criminal. But when they arrive, they find an empty theater filled with hundreds of laughing mannequins and a giant screen showing old footage of Arthur Fleck. Suddenly the screen turns black, and a voice says, "You keep searching for the Joker, but you never ask why Gotham keeps creating him." That moment could completely change the direction of the movie. The final act could reveal that the new Joker isn't simply continuing Arthur's legacy. He has created an entire movement built around the idea that anyone can become the Joker when society pushes them far enough. People wearing different versions of the famous makeup begin appearing across Gotham, making it impossible for the police to identify the real mastermind. The city descends into complete confusion as hundreds of ordinary people begin participating in the chaos. The emotional heart of Joker 3 could come from the question of whether Arthur Fleck was a person, a villain, a victim, or simply the first person to give Gotham's darkness a face. The movie could explore how legends change after people die, and how a single identity can become something completely different in the hands of others. Visually, Joker 3 could continue the dark psychological style of the franchise with rain-soaked streets, abandoned theaters, disturbing performances, crowded city protests, and intense scenes where reality constantly feels uncertain. Instead of relying only on traditional superhero action, the movie could focus on suspense, psychological horror, mystery, and the uncomfortable feeling that the audience itself cannot trust what it is seeing. Talking about the star cast. If the story were connected directly to the previous Joker films, fans would naturally be interested in whether Joaquin Phoenix could return as Arthur Fleck. However, there has been no official confirmation of such a return. A new lead actor could also potentially portray another character connected to the Joker mythology, allowing the story to continue without undoing Arthur's original ending. When it comes to the budget, a potential Joker 3 could work with a relatively controlled production budget compared with massive superhero blockbusters, possibly around $80 to $120 million. Depending on the scale, cast, locations, and visual style chosen by the filmmakers. Regarding the release date, there is currently no officially announced Joker 3 movie or confirmed release date from Warner Bros. Discovery or DC Studios. Any date being shared online should therefore be treated as speculation rather than confirmed information. If Joker 3 were eventually made with a strong psychological story, a compelling mystery, and the right cast, the worldwide box office could potentially reach around $500 to $800 million. Although the actual result would depend heavily on the story, marketing, reviews, and audience response. But the biggest question would remain: what if Arthur Fleck never needed to return for the Joker to survive? What if his greatest legacy was not the man himself but the idea he left behind? What if Gotham finally realizes that killing one Joker will never end the problem? Because the real Joker was never just a person. It was everything the city refused to confront. And before I end this video, I want to sincerely thank every single person watching. Every script on this channel takes hours of research, writing, editing, and hard work, because I want to bring you exciting Hollywood movie content in a way that keeps you connected from the beginning until the final moment. Your like, comment, share, and subscription give me the motivation to keep creating bigger and better videos. So if you enjoy Hollywood movies, DC stories, superhero films, movie theories, and upcoming movie updates, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next video. Because sometimes the most dangerous villain isn't the person wearing the mask, it's the idea that survives after the mask is gone.